Melissa Jakes, the Olivia Pope of virtual and live events, is the CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, a Washington, D.C. based boutique event planning firm to influencers, organizations, and corporations. During this pandemic, Melissa's expertise in online event planning has become a hot commodity. Her company also provides several courses on topics related to event planning and entrepreneurship. She gives mommypreneurs the tools and services to balance career, business ownership, and management with family. Melissa has spoken at several events such as Facebook Boost and conducted workshops at universities and small businesses. She has been featured in several publications such as Event Planner Association Podcast, Rent My Wedding Magazine, Morgan State University, iHeartRadio, CEO Blog Nation, BET Influencer, and Event Planner Expo 2020. She provides entrepreneurs with special tools to combat what she calls FWD, fear, worry, and doubt obstacles, in order to break through and become successful owners. Mommypreneurs, let's welcome Melissa Jakes.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Isn't today such a great day? History was made today. And I'm super excited to go live today because I am just so pumped. I'm so happy for our country. I think we're going to try to get back to some normalcy, to what we know, what a country like these United States should run. And we have a African American, Jamaican, Asian American, HBCU grad, all her accolades in the White House. We have a VP, first ever, and I'm super excited for her. And I just know this is just going to be great to come. So happy Wednesday for sure. So you guys, I am super excited to be with you tonight. I also have Jameson. It wouldn't be Mommyprenuer Wednesdays if we didn't have our kids involved, right? So Daddy is cooking. Gabby just finished her vocal lessons, and I was like, well, you're coming on with me today. And that's totally fine because that's what the topic is all about. So before we get into it with our guests today, we need to make sure we pay the bills. So Power Moves candle. Have you gotten your candle today? Let me tell you something about this candle. And I'm not saying this because, oh, we're paying bills. I'm a candle lover. And if you don't know me, you need to know I am a candle lover. And I'm really big on affirmations. Of course, if you can see my wall behind me when I take this off. Big on affirmations. And so when we say power moves, just like today, Kamala has made power moves, right? And so we need to speak it, believe it, and smell it. And so this candle is amazing. And so you need to get it every Monday. I definitely ask you to come and light your candle, use hashtag Power Moves, and we are going to do Power Moves together. So I call it Money Mondays. Let's make Power Moves. So if you go to Noor by Nare's website and use Melissa Jakes as a code, you receive money off your purchase, no matter how many candles. She now has pillows on there as well. But definitely, as many candles you want to buy, you get some money off. So definitely make sure you head over there to Noor by Nare and use the code Melissa Jakes for your money off your purchase. Okay? So I'm super excited about that. So we are going to get into it because I'm super excited about our guest. I have purchased her stuff, but before I even knew her, and I just love the brand. So let me get to her bio. Adiyah Bell is the founder of Llama Mama Company. It is a premium brand provided expecting mothers with prepackaged hospital bags, diaper bags, and maternity clothes. Because I got my, it wasn't prepackaged then, but I did get my bag so I can feel like, special heading to the hospital. You got to, right? You putting all this work in and you about to do a big push, right? You about to do a big push to get them out. So, birth out of her own experience in feeling unprepared for the birth of her first child, she embarked on serving mothers at the highest quality, all natural essential products to allow moms to focus on what matters most, bringing their babies into the world. In her first year, she was amazed of over 150 sales, $150,000 worth of sales. And since then, she's been increasing her sales by 138%. I had to say it again. First year, 150K sales. Since then, 138% up. Okay. Seen in the hands of celebrities, wives, professional athletes, she is set to take care of moms while they take care of everyone else and one product at a time. I love it. I have to bring to the stage Adiyah. Hey, girl. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go.
Yes. I was just saying thank you for having me.
Yes. Awesome. Listen, the bag is super cute.
Thank you.
It is definitely needed. And because we don't have anybody to guide you, any moms before, you're going to the hospital like you're either packing everything you have in your house
Or nothing.
or nothing.
And I was nothing. I had like a bra and half a sock and was like, what in the world? It was 90 degrees. I had a turtleneck and sweatpants, and it was like 90 degrees in Georgia. And that's what I left the hospital in, dripping buckets of sweat. And I was like, I can't be the only one suffering in this experience. So that's kind of how I started the business, which is like providing a service for moms to take something off of their to-do list.
Yes, absolutely. And because you have amazing growth, and I'm super excited for you. We're talking about scaling your business while being a mom.
Yes.
Because that's exactly what you did. You have scaled your business by 138%. I'm going to keep saying that while being a mom. So we're going to get right into those questions. So how have you managed a rapid increase in the demand for your bags?
So how have I managed the rapid increase in demand? Honey, I was drowning. I was gasping for air. I was like, Lord, I don't know if I can handle this because it's overwhelming. You know, you're like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm like, oh yeah, money coming in. But then you have to fulfill those orders and you have to have the labels and you have to get the boxes and the thank you cards. And my baby was only 4 months at the time when I started my business. And she might have been close to like 1 or maybe had just turned 1 when things like really took off. So it was, and I'm still working, was still working full time, still am working full time. And it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming to say the least. And I realized scaling too quickly can actually cause destruction for your business.
That I want you to say that part again.
Yes. Scaling too quickly can cause destruction. People are like, oh, I just want to go to where the money resides and, you know, make money quick and get all these sales. What? I shut everything down. There was 1 month I made 40 grand in 1 month, and that's what I make the entire year. And that was the month I almost shut down. I shut everything down. I stopped running ads. I stopped Instagram. Like, I need to catch up. So it was a lot, and I almost had to stop. It was crazy.
And that's important for moms to know that it's great to see what they call the PayPal bling or your Cash App bling or your Stripe billing and it all blinging up. That's great. But Shopify, right? Especially for your product. Yes. If you don't have the resources to make sure you're able to get it done, your brain is going to flop.
Oh, it's gonna plummet because the thing is, it's a one-man show over here. My husband was working nights at the time. I had a baby, so let me just tell you what my day was like when it was that crazy. I would wake up at like 6. The earliest I could drop my baby off at daycare was 7. I would drop her off at daycare, go to work. I would go to a parking lot, by my job, sleep, for like an hour or so, then go to work. I would print labels at my office and fulfill orders when I got home after, because I did praise team. So I'd have to go to get my baby a shower, feed her, go to praise team rehearsal, put her to bed. When I came back, that was 9 o'clock. I would be fulfilling orders for the rest of the night. And that would go into like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I would get a couple of hours of sleep and then wake up at 6, go take my child to daycare, go sleep in the car, go to work. Like that was my routine. And then it got to the point where stuff was happening so quickly, I would take a half a day from work, or sometimes my family would help me and go pick up inventory in Carrollton.
Yeah.
That was the halfway point with my supplier. But by the time I would get home, I was sold out of what I just got. So now I got to go back, but I just took off a half a day of work. You know what I mean? Like it was insanity. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
Right. So what did you do? How did you manage? What made you pivot to say like, listen, this can't happen anymore. I got to come up with a solution.
Well, I think God gave me grace because I was selling out my supplier. So I had to wait. I had to wait on inventory to come back over for me to be able to sell it. And so while we waited, I would do like pre-sales and just kind of hype up the product. Yeah. But that's kind of, and I slowed down because I couldn't scale it as hard as I wanted to because I couldn't handle it yet. Yeah. I didn't have any processes and systems in place to be able to handle the growth. So what I did was I scaled back. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is what it's like to go full steam ahead. Well, let me backpedal a little bit because that was a little too much for me. Right. So I scaled back because it's not good. I mean, it depends on your brand, but I didn't want to be constantly selling out as quickly as I was because it's frustrating to the customer, especially an expecting mom who's due. You know, they order on Monday and they're like, oh, I'm due on Wednesday. It's like, honey, I'm not here to
fulfill your order. Right.
But I can at least try to be in stock. And then I would try to ship out stuff like the next day or 2 days at the latest. So I would just try to do it as much ahead of time as I could. So I would print off labels Monday, say that they're being shipped Wednesday. That way I could give myself a little grace period to get some stuff out. I learned how many boxes my car could hold real quick. Opening hours. I mean, I'm on a first name. I have my post office driver. I have his cell number because it got to the point, like, I need you to come pick up these boxes first thing in the morning. It's going to rain. So, I mean, it got to that. It got to that real quick.
I love it. Postman office. You got
me and Dean.
Yeah.
We're
that is amazing. So, your journey as a mommypreneur with a rapid, successful business taught you to keep a balance. How did you keep that balance with family and work? Because you still had your 9 to 5, and then you had the business, and then you had the baby and husband. I kind of label my husband as my third child.
Aren't they all? Husbands are definitely the third child for sure. Like, what do you mean? Yes, understood. So you said how did I manage it?
Yeah. How did you balance it all?
Oh, how did I balance it? Mm-hmm. So that was one thing I learned, and that was an opportunity of growth, how they call it in corporate. Mm-hmm. That was one of my weaknesses, was balancing it, because I wasn't balanced. I was out of balance. I wasn't balanced in my sleep. Like, I was tired, irritable. I didn't feel like I was a good mom. And that's why I think it's good to have a coach and have a mentor. And one of the women I was speaking to, she was like, I don't balance, I prioritize. And I was like, wow. I was like, her name's actually Crystal Perkins. She's absolutely phenomenal. But she was like, I don't balance, I prioritize. God is first, I'm second. And then that way, when I'm taken care of, I have enough capacity and overflow to provide for my family, which is next, and then my business. Mm-hmm. And my family is integrated into every decision I make in my business because we're not separate, we're one. And I was like, that's good, because you don't want them to feel like they're in competition with what you're trying to grow for the family, because you can become distracted, and then they could be put on the back burner, and you're like, well, I'm doing it for you. And they're like, I'd rather just have you if it's going to take all this. So I learned to prioritize. That's what I learned.
Yeah. I like that. I don't balance, I prioritize. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. And as we're going through the questions and the Q&A, y'all, if you have questions of your own, definitely put them in the chat. We'll pop them up on the screen, because we're talking about scaling your business while being a mom and try to understand that growth, right? So I do want to hit into what did you do that got that rapid growth? Not saying that that's what we want everyone to do, because if you don't
Yeah.
have that infrastructure, you can't handle it. But how did you get to the level of, man, orders were coming in like this?
So I really think it was brand exposure
Mhm.
from running Facebook ads. So I paid $5,000 for a course on Facebook ads, and I think it's important that you invest in yourself and in your business, because you get out what you put in. So you can take a $20 course, you can do whatever. But if you want premium results, you got to pay premium pricing. That month I paid $5,000 for that course. I made 40 grand that month. And that was the month I was drowning. I was like, oh, this is way stronger. And my budget wasn't even that high. Like some of the people in my courses, they had like $1,500 a day course, like ads being spent on multiple different ads. I had like $100, $200, like
So you
on one
put like
ad.
you put $100 or $200 on one ad, and it gave you that much results.
It was in it was insane. I was like, okay, I need a you know,
Yeah,
so that's what happened. And then once the brand exposure got up, I didn't have to do as many ads because
right,
people were my own advertisement.
right.
So when it comes to Facebook ads, I think people just put money into it and think it's going to blow up. It's not. Facebook ads is the quickest way to lose all your money. It's the fastest way. If you want to hemorrhage money and not make anything, throw
Yeah,
it in Facebook ads and don't know what you're doing. Like it's so
yeah.
easy.
Listen, I've been in the back of the ad center, okay, and no, like I kind of just source that out. I
Yeah,
look at that thing and I'm like, what is happening?
it's
Back there.
crazy.
So yeah, again, if you definitely invest, if you're gonna do it yourself, do it right. I mean,
Yes.
think of like, if you're gonna have a college degree, if you don't want to, you want to go to a doctor that has the training, so you don't want to put money into a Facebook ad if you didn't have the training, because like
Exactly.
you can easily waste it. I've wasted money on Facebook boosts, and I haven't gotten any results. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely invest in absolutely.
Yeah. And invest in people that have results. You know what I mean? Because I've noticed that a lot of people are like, oh, I made this amount of money in 30 days and da 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 da. Anything that grows too quickly is an infection, which is why I couldn't sustain my business, because it grew too fast. It's cancerous. But when you have a slow, steady,
Yeah.
sustainable growth, it lasts a long time. And so when you see people that want like get rich quick and money schemes, either shady or the fruits aren't, I'm not saying that everybody's a liar or anything like that, but you just
Right.
have to take what you see with a grain of salt, because people are trying to make sales too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the person with 1,000 followers can probably provide you more value than somebody you're following with like 5 or 6 million. So
Oh my gosh. I need people to understand. I the the amount of followers does not mean that they know what they're doing.
none. Absolutely none. And I know what really shocked me. I had a lot of influencers like reach out, like, hey, I'll do products for free and da 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 da. And I'm like, you got all these followers and one like. Like, it didn't even dawn on me that people bought followers. I thought that was just the craziest thing ever. I'm like, you buying people?
I
You're buying people?
Yeah, I check people out when I get messages like that. Oh, your Instagram page is amazing. Did you know you can get more followers?
Oh
And so I
man.
go to see who's following them. If I see a whole bunch of people from Thailand, China, India, they're not even in the United States, you can just tell, or that person has
Hmm.
0 posts and three
None.
people following.
No post at all.
You bought bots.
You bought bots. Like, it's the craziest thing. So yeah, I don't. And I have like a love hate relationship with influencer
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah,
So the Lord is working on me with that. But a lot of my followers already know. Like on my personal account, I'm
yeah,
like, stay away from them. But they're actually really beneficial when you find the right one.
yeah, yeah,
A lot of heartbreak with influencer marketing.
So on one of your blogs, you experienced postpartum depression, right?
Right.
And so what are some ways expectant moms can prepare themselves for that type of possibility of experiencing postpartum depression?
Yeah, so I honestly didn't even know it was postpartum depression. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing was I heard about it, but I didn't know I had it. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was kind of the baby blues. And I think the thing that really took me back was I didn't have a connection with Bailey, my baby, when she first came. You know what I mean? Like, I just fell in love. And I was like, all right, like I got this kid. You know what? Like that's kind of how I felt. And
Yeah.
like over time, we grew Like, I grew to love her, but it's not because I didn't want to. But it was like I couldn't feed her. I felt like I would cry on my knees in the shower and just cry, just like bawl, cry on my husband. I was trying to breastfeed and it wasn't working out. Like, it was just a lot. It was just a lot, you know? So even with Llama Mama Company, I'm creating this, like, yeah, we have products, but my ultimate desire and goal is to serve moms. So we actually have a course called Motherhood University that goes over, and it's self-paced, different modules that go from am I even pregnant to postpartum depression and, you know, recovery. And there's so much in between, like, what do I do after I get a positive pregnancy test? What insurance do I get? Can I take a leave? How much money? How much will I get paid if I take one? Like, there's just so much stuff in between that people want to talk about a baby shower and they want to talk about names. Okay, that's the least of your worries.
You can figure that out.
We can figure that out later. But like, I need to make sure that you're able to buy formula, that you're able to pay your mortgage. Like, that's the kind of stuff and the resources I want to provide for my customers, my moms, regardless of what they buy. Because even on my site, I advertise other people's hospital bags. Mm-hmm. Like, Llama Mama isn't the one that does only one that does prepackaged.
Yeah.
Now, by doing that, it causes them to want the company more because I'm being honest about, and they're cheaper. But I don't care. As long as you have what you need, I'm good. Like, I'm straight.
Yeah. And it's so important that you said about the breastfeeding, because in both pregnancies or both post pregnancies, I struggled with both of the kids. Gabby definitely, like, the first night, my husband and I looked at each other and said, this can't be our life. Are you telling me the rest of my life I have a screaming baby for the rest of, like, I said, this is not real. This is not real. I was about to give up the first day. And she just would not latch. And so she was hungry. And so we went that whole night of halfway falling asleep with her feeding on me to my husband, like, you fell asleep. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
What today?
Finding out that she just was not latching. And so we had to go straight to formula.
Yeah, and being okay with that. And I realized moms are mean. Like, I didn't realize, like, oh, you're not breastfeeding. Like, did you have a natural birth?
The boob police.
I'm like, what is going on? What is a natural birth? Like, at this rate, I'm just glad she came out. I don't care if it was a C-section, divine intervention, whatever. Like, get her out. But it's just amazing how they categorize your worth as a mother based off of your raising of a child, or even like just birthing it. And so that was an interesting experience as a first-time mom, for sure.
Absolutely. And then, you know, doing it again with him, and I did about 2 months of breastfeeding, but it was still, I was killing myself because, one, you know, with Gabby, I didn't have the business then. I started like maybe 6 months after her. So with him, I'm full blown into the business, and I'm trying to run meetings, and you know, we're in a pandemic. So, you know, trying to do the meetings and breastfeeding and in a pandemic. And so after 2 months, I said, I have to get my sanity. It's like, you know,
your mental health.
Choose. Yeah.
Breastfeeding can take a toll on your mental health. And at some point you have to make a decision. Like, I'm not even going to be mentally capable of raising this child if I keep breastfeeding. So I have to go to formula. Yeah. I was only able to be out like 6 weeks when I had Bailey and had to go back to work. And when trying to pump at work, I was like, this is all the devices. I was like forgetting the little bottle thing to put the milk in. I was like, okay, this and your daddy need to wake up and feed you. So you ain't gonna be depending on me.
I have big breasts, so it's not like I can be cute with the little cup thing and say, work while you can pump while you
work.
No, I'm a size.
Not all this hanging out.
Okay, that's not cute. That might be not cute real. For size A, but not for size G. Okay.
Yeah, for 32A that can happen, but not for a 36.
Yeah. I got to do 2 hole and pump and all stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I totally get it. I'm so glad that you guys have that type of resource for moms so that they can, you know, figure it out and be able to talk and be open with it. Like my line sister, she's expecting, and she sent bless her heart, being a first time mom. She sent this whole tracker of like, hey, I value your decision on products that you would use for baby. Here's the things we're thinking of. Can you tell me, should we add anything? Should we take anything? And then I went in and I see like 20 other moms that are supposed to respond of like what a
Yeah.
bathtub or what type of bottles or whatnot. I said, she is too organized. She too cute.
Too cute.
She too
You
cute.
always cute with the first one. You always cute with the first one. You real cute. But that second one coming, honey, you like whatever.
Whatever. Put it all on the listen.
It can be on a piece of tissue.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll work it on the back end.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, absolutely. And then even thinking about, didn't even think about while I was breastfeeding, I wasn't getting enough dairy, right? And so when he went to formula that what we gave our daughter, he was allergic to the milk protein in the formula. So he has to get a hyperallergenic formula, which is like $55 a gram.
Yeah. Yeah. And even with that, like I didn't know WIC. I didn't know about WIC. I didn't know WIC existed to help buy formula. Like what? You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking it's for low income people. I am low income after this. I qualify too. So help me buy this formula because Bailey, she is blood type A and they don't do dairy, so she needed soy. But I didn't realize that until I gave her 2 ounces of regular milk and she projectile vomited across the room the first night we were home.
Yeah,
making me more of a failure. You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. So if I could just help you take one negative thought away, I'm good.
Yes, absolutely. So what tips can you give moms or mommypreneurs who are launching their business in 2021?
The key, if you're launching your business and you want to grow and everything like that, think about your product with distribution in mind. Some people just, I don't know, sell something to sell it, but big money is in distribution. And I learned that quick. We had a retailer come out, TJ Maxx, and they wanted to buy our product.
Yeah.
They have 2,500 stores.
So yeah.
We have 6 different color bags. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Yeah. And like have the concept of having a wholesale price because when they're buying in bulk like that, they're not going to pay retail.
Right.
So when you're developing your product, it's important for you to get your pricing structure together to where you can do it to where companies can buy in bigger quantities if they want to, number one. And 2, you don't have to work as hard. What? Send all those boxes out. And if I don't want to sell online, I don't have to sell online because I got my check in the mail. But being that, keeping that in mind, they have terms. So TJ Maxx's terms is 90 days. So you have to be okay with waiting for that $200,000 check and you don't have $2,000 worth of product for 90 days.
Right.
But I learned that there is invoice financing to where they'll provide you the funding and they'll deal with the invoice with the other person. But just like little stuff like that, I had no idea. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I got TJ Maxx in my inbox. Like,
got it.
90-day terms. What, 90 days? What am I supposed to do for 90 days?
Yeah. And fulfill the orders before you get paid.
And fulfill the orders. Like if we need to get more inventory, because most companies don't front you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, well, we'll just take what you have in stock. I'm like, okay, but you want what I'm out of stock of. You know what I mean? Like you want my best selling product. And that's on a boat. So we either going to have to, what are we doing? You know what I mean? But like, oh, we'll just wait. So that's one thing I definitely learned. Like distribution is key, but it doesn't always have to be a big retailer. There are a lot of smaller wholesale websites that are coming up. I've used Fair that I like a lot. Shopify has a platform called Handshake. There's Tundra. And some other retailers that actually go through the website to find products to buy. I forgot the name of the other one. It might be Tundra, but like Whole Foods, Bye Bye Baby, that's where they go to find products. So if you want to get into distribution, it's possible. But like I said, you have to be willing to have the capacity to handle that. Because if you're making handmade shea butter and you get an order for 1,000 units, and you want to share your secret recipe, like what you doing? What you doing?
That's the whole neighborhood coming and whipping.
Like whip it up. 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup. Like I don't care who knows at this point. Just get it done.
Yeah.
But just keeping those things in mind when you're growing a business. Think bigger than what you start, because people are like, oh, I just want to do this. I just want to, sell 1 or 2 items. It's like, okay, but you're not even setting yourself up to scale because you're already pigeonholing yourself in this like one, oh, it's going to be $35 and you're just missing money because you got people that want to buy more quantities from you, but you don't even have the pricing structure and you just come up with a price off the top of your head and now you're losing money.
Mm, mm, mm. That's one thing that I had to relearn again last year. So with COVID and pivoting and doing virtual events, I didn't have a price structure for that. So I did a beta test to be like, okay, well, people will kind of pay for this. I don't know. And then started learning like, okay, there's a whole bunch of work that goes into this.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically as if I was in person doing the event. And I'm looking like, okay, I can't continue to have my administrative assistant helping with this. We need to start adding people to the team to help.
Yes, you got to grow.
Gotta grow. Please ladies, don't think that you can do this type of business, any type of business, solo.
Yeah, you gotta figure out
graphic designer. I don't care if you make lip balm. No, you need a team, and it will get there. In the beginning, okay, you may say, you got to scale it up, but once you start getting to a certain level of, you see the demand coming in pre-time. Like even today, I talked to my husband. I said, yeah, I think I need to get somebody else on the team.
Oh, yeah. Because you limit your money when you limit yourself. You know what I mean? Now, at this point, I'm losing money because I can't even create like new products, new patent, new whatever for the customer because I'm over here like in the dirt, like sorry for the delay. Like I got other stuff to do. So you can get a virtual assistant for extremely cheap. Just little stuff that you can do that's going to give you peace of mind. And for me, I even had to bring on a partner this past year. Yeah. And I call him my money man. Like, I need somebody to handle the money. Like, can I get this? Like, can I get this? I need somebody to tell me yes or no. Because handling the money and doing everything else, it was just getting crazy.
Yeah,
much.
Absolutely. Yes, this has been amazing. I'm so excited that you have you're scaling your business in a different way and adding on services for moms. Not only products for them to get ready for birth, but post-birth, because that's also so important as well. So definitely tell us how people can reach you in the business, your personal page and the business page.
Oh, so much information. So if you want to follow me on social media, my personal Instagram is Adiyah Danny _XO, ADIYAHDANI_XO. And Llama Mama Company is my business. Llama is spelled normal, and so is company, but Mama is spelled MOMMA. And then I have a website, adiyahbell.com. Enter at your own risk. Okay. But my contact information is on there. So if you ever just want to shoot me an email, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been amazing. I am a lover of your products, and
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Yes. And definitely I can see it growing. I'm glad to see TJ Maxx in. So that means I'll soon see it in Home Goods and all of that stuff.
We'll see if I can do it. Yeah.
I'm putting it in the universe. I'm
receiving it.
Yes. Or Bye Bye Baby. That's a really good one for you. Bye Bye Baby. Yes. So this has been amazing, you guys. Please make sure you connect with her. If you are looking to get some guidance, if you're looking to definitely, get products to your mom, you're like, don't know what to do. There's a community out there for you. That's exactly what Mommypreneurs is all about. Give you guys resources so that you can grow your business while dealing with all of the other stuff of what it is to become a mom. So truly appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.